Guys, thank you so much for tuning in once again. Today I'm very excited for another new episode for Help My People show. And with me we have Ayan, and he's all the way from Kolkata, India. And thank you so much for coming to my show. It's indeed really an honor and pleasure. When I told you about this show, you have openly, willingly accepted my offer. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you for accepting me also.
Yes, and he finished his studies, guys, and he's currently working in the field of IT. And today we are going to know more about his career journey and everything, so that we can also get some idea and try to learn from one another. So without wasting any further time, could you please introduce yourself
Yes.
to our audience?
Sure. Hi, I'm Ayan. I'm from India and I come from Kolkata. And I've been living in Germany for 8 years.
It's been 8 years, so how is your experience?
My experience,
Yeah.
is pretty good so far.
Mhm.
I have finished my studies and working, and I want to improve my knowledge in the future in data science and want to do masters, and I'm going towards that goal, and I think it's a pretty interesting place, and
Mhm.
that's it.
Okay, so what do you think you could have changed in your education to make it much better?
My education. So I think in the beginning, if I would have learned German from the start, I would have been kind of more accepted all over Germany, and also my journey would have been much more easier, much more better. If you're studying in a public university in English, I would advise anyone who is coming here to learn German.
I think that's a very good advice, because learning German is very important to integrate the culture and everything here, right?
Yes, learn German from before you come here, at least 2 years, and that is the best way to start your journey here. Otherwise, you're going to spend more time later learning German. The way you live your life here, you need to speak German a lot more, and people appreciate you more when you speak German. They accept you more. It's normal.
Yes, learning the language is the key here.
Yes, everywhere.
Yeah, wherever you go. Yes, you need to, like, for example, if foreigners are coming to India, then if they speak Hindi, although they speak broken also, we are happy to help them,
Yes,
right?
that is natural. Yeah.
Exactly. So here also, you don't have to be very fluent or perfect, but if they know that you are trying to learn it, then they really try to help you out, right?
Yes, they try. Wherever you go, if you go to the Ausländerbehörde, or if you go to renew your papers, it is very important that you should know German. When you come here, you have to renew your visa. You will go to the Ausländerbehörde, that is called the Foreigners Office in English. So there they will need German, need you to speak German, or you will need to bring someone who speaks German, because most of them they are supposed to speak English, but they don't speak English.
Yes.
And even if they can speak English, they will not speak English to you.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. Yes. So now let's go to why did you just choose Germany for studies? Because you would have also gone to America or Canada, but why specifically in Germany did you land up?
It's because the finances are one of the reasons, of course. So if you go to America or Canada, you have to spend a lot more money
Right.
for the universities and for your living expenses. If you go to Germany, you don't have to do that. You have to get selected in a public university, and there your life is much easier in that way. In terms of financial freedom, Germany is a better choice for me. But if I had the money, would I have chosen America or Canada? I would say still no, because the subject that I wanted to study is well known to be really much better taught in Germany at that time.
And what was your subject that you chose?
Information engineering.
Okay. So you are satisfied with your course here?
Yes.
Okay, that's really nice. And could you describe your experiences with the application process when you were applying for further studies in Germany?
You go to there is a website called UniAssist, and you first have to go to dad.de. There you have to apply. You will see many universities there. If you are going for masters, you will see like thousands of universities. If you're going for bachelors in English, you will see like fewer universities than masters, but still many universities, around 20 or 30, depends on your subject. But I would say every country has a demand in certain fields. Germany has a demand in the fields of engineering and IT, and also there are other demands in Germany. For example, nursing is a demand that is not talked about. So there are many. The country needs a lot more nurses in Germany.
And in addition to that, I also think that they also need kindergarten teachers. Yeah.
Yes, they also need kindergarten teachers. They also need hand worker, so people who work with hands, like mechanics, electrical. So people who are specialized with electrical wiring, electronics and stuff. So they need basically more in these fields, and you have to know where you want to go and what subject you want to study. Will that subject give you a job there? So if there is a demand in that subject, then you will come here. If there is no demand, then you don't need to come here. So that's why I came here.
I agree. And like when you applied for Germany, I'm sure you have faced some challenges. So how did you, what kind of challenges did you face and how did you overcome during your entire application process?
So I applied in 2015. At that time there was very less information available in the internet.
Exactly.
So I tried to find whatever little information I can from the internet, and I applied in that way. Yes, you have to just look into DAD. Most of the information is there in their website, but I would say not all. So there is a website called anabin.de. All the recognized Indian universities are written in that website, recognized by German education system. So if you are studying bachelors and you are applying for masters, then your university needs to be recognized in Germany to actually convert those grades from bachelors into these grades. And also, if you are applying for bachelors, you have to also make sure that you study 1 year in India in any university. That's how I came. There is also another way to apply, but there's this one way where you can apply for bachelors the first year. You study in India and then you convert those grades to the German education system through UniAssist. The other way is you learn German, which I think is a better way. I didn't opt for this way, but it takes more time. It takes more time, but that's the best way. You apply to a university, you get a chance. That university you have to study there in a particular subject. Let's say you study physics, chemistry or engineering, whatever. You study that subject for 2 years and you study the language before that. And then you give an entrance exam. It's a very long name, I don't know how to pronounce it. You give an extra entrance exam and then you will find all this information in DAD. So you need to give that entrance exam and then you have to like pass the entrance exam, and then you get Abitur that is in Germany. So Abitur is important for starting your studies as a bachelor here. And this way you can study in German, you can also study in English. All the universities will be open to you and you will have no problem whatsoever after that.
Okay, so I have a follow-up question. So for example, someone have already learned German in India, and regarding the application process, how many months or years advance he or she should start the process, in your opinion?
If he already learned German, if he knows German properly, then at least 1 year.
Okay, so it's like, because in India it's very different, right? It doesn't
Yes.
take much time, but here you really need to prepare ahead of time so that you are not delaying everything.
At least 1 year.
Exactly.
And it might even take more than 1 year. So 1.5 years, I would say.
To be on the safe side.
Yes, to be on the safe side.
Yes. So did you achieve everything that you wanted while studying in Germany? Or
No,
did
not
you-
everything. I didn't achieve everything. I still want to achieve. And you can always achieve, you know. if you
Exactly,
achieve
the
something.
sky's the limit, right? Yes, yeah.
Yes, I am happy with what I have achieved until now. And,
That's good to know. I mean, you're already 8 years in Germany now, so it's been a long journey. Yes. And how have you adjusted to the cultural and social differences between your home country and Germany? Because now that you're 8 years here, and yeah, how do you compare, do a comparison?
I would say for anyone coming here in
Yeah.
Germany, regarding the cultural and social differences, anyone who wants to come here needs to adapt. If you can't adapt, don't come.
Exactly.
It's better to stay in your own culture and to live there. If you can adapt and if you can change according to yourself, according to your needs. I'm not saying change it because of the other people living in Germany, but change because you have to change. Then you have to come here. Then you can come here. Not you have to. Then you can come here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what step have you taken to really integrate with the local community here in Germany?
I have not integrated like 100%, I would say, but the first step for me is, of course, to learn German and to work here. As I started working here, I started having friends, meeting a lot of people, getting to know their culture. But the most important thing here is, I would say again, learn German and be open to changes. There are many cultural differences between Germans and Indians, and also here in Germany, specifically in Hamburg, there are people from every country. So you will not just face Germans here, you will have other people from other countries with other cultures. You need to know how to adapt. If you can't adapt, then you cannot come here. Simple.
Yeah, and regarding the German culture, for example, they are very punctual. And could you tell more about the German culture?
I have met many kinds of Germans. So yeah, they are punctual, but not everyone. I would say it's a stereotype. Like Indians, there are also many stereotypes about Indians. So it's kind of a stereotype that they are very punctual. Say there are most of them that are punctual, and not all of them. But at work, you have to be punctual.
Yes, that's very important. Yeah, and they also respect people's time, and they also try to take appointments in advance. So this is also something Indians need to learn, because for us we are very spontaneous, right?
Yes, but not everyone. Not everyone.
It also depends on how close you are with that person. If you have
Yes,
a very
exactly.
good relationship with that person, then they are flexible. But normally, if
They
it's
take appointments, yes.
exactly, yes.
Not spontaneous, no.
Yes, it's a big no. You go and knock their door in India. You just go to your uncle's place. You knock their door, and
Yeah,
they're
you
happy
can
to
do that.
welcome you. Here, they will not even open the door.
No. At least I have also changed in that way. I would say in 8 years.
Yeah,
I have not been to India for 5 years before.
that's long.
I have been last year, but
Okay.
before that, like in those 5 years, I have changed a lot according to the people living here. I would say.
I think you get influenced by the culture
Yes.
wherever you stay.
Yes.
Yeah. So
And that is automatic.
exactly. Yes. Yes. So, what advice would you like to give to other international students who are considering to choose Germany based on your insights?
Prepare well before you come here, and bring enough clothes. Don't have to buy any warm clothes or jackets. You will find you will have to buy them in Germany in the end,
Yes.
unless you're coming from the Himalayas. That is different. But if you are coming from a warm part of India, or where the temperatures are around 9 to 35 to 40. So you don't have to buy a jacket there, just get it here.
Yes, and then the clothes, the Indian winter clothes doesn't really work here.
No.
So I was informed by my senior that I shouldn't bring any clothes, the winter clothes. So I didn't bring, and this really saved my luggage. And I could bring a lot of food actually.
Yes.
Yes.
And also for food, the only thing that I miss from my country.
But you also have Indian stores here, but nothing is like your own country, right? The food.
Indian stores, yes, you can make your own food. Actually, you have Indian restaurants here, but they're not even close to restaurants, to the food that you eat, I'm sure, and you will not like them.
It also depends.
I don't like any of them, at least in Hamburg. But in other city, maybe in South, I have also been there. I also didn't like any.
And it's also expensive, right?
It is expensive, but even the expensive ones, the most expensive ones, I don't like. Even sometimes when it's not expensive, you like them. So there is one such restaurant here in India, which in Germany, in Hamburg, which I really like. That's an Indian restaurant, but that is the only restaurant that comes close to our food.
For me personally, I like to cook at home because I not only save money, but I'm able to eat good food.
And more. Food.
Yes, exactly. And I'm a foodie as well, so yeah. And what challenges did you face in Germany during your studies? Because I know the education system is very different in India and Germany.
What challenges?
Yes.
German was the language that was not there in my head, so I didn't study that much German before I come here, and I had to learn it along with my studies. And then there was also the fact about me. I was studying in IT, in the field of IT, so I didn't study programming that well before coming here. So my challenge was to learn that subject fast enough to get in with the pace of the course, and that was difficult.
And how did you overcome that?
By just working and doing it. But yeah.
Did you follow any special technique or something like this? Maybe
No,
you watched the YouTube videos, or you took help from your seniors, or what exactly did you do?
I just did it, just programmed, and it worked. Of course, YouTube videos helps in the start, but in the end, you have to, if you're going to the subject, if you're studying engineering or something like that, or if you have to do programming, then if you want to get better at it, then you have to do it. I would say that I am still not very inclined towards going to the subject of, let's say, software engineer or something like that. That requires a lot of programming, which I don't do.
One step at a time.
Yes, I don't want to do that anyway. But there are so other people different people have different goals, and for me, this was the hardest part to overcome in my subject. That's what was your question, right?
Yeah. So could you also tell me some of your impressions about Germany now that you're 8 years? So you have some impressions, I'm sure.
Yes, just keep to yourself. Don't give a shit about anything else. Just do what you like, and you will be fine. Okay,
and then I also know that you did some Werkstudent. So basically, Werkstudent is something related to your field, where you don't do a normal part-time job. And how did you apply for a Werkstudent back then?
You have to know like where you apply. So if you're applying to the field to your field where you're studying, then you apply to. You have many job portals like Indeed, LinkedIn, Stepstone, and then there is other ways. If you are really urgently need a job and you don't have a job, you don't have money, then you have to go to a restaurant, or you have to apply there. I also did that, and yeah,
it works.
It works.
Yes.
When you're a student.
Yes.
And yeah, basically most of the restaurants here, they look for work. They look for people working, and they need people working.
Exactly.
And, yeah.
Yes, but even in McDonald's or Amazon, like they also take people who are not fluent in German. But it's always good to learn German. Yeah.
You will learn it when you work there.
Yeah, but it's also important to learn that
because
good German.
Because if you don't learn German and you start working in a place that speaks English with you, you can survive, but that place will not give you a job forever, and
Yes. Just a temporary job.
That will be 100%, 90% of the time a temporary job.
Yes.
And if you're working in a restaurant, they will not speak English with you.
Exactly.
And you will have a real big problem there if you
Yes.
even if you don't speak German and they accepted you to work, you have to learn German.
Yes. So everywhere it comes down to the point where you have to learn the language here.
Yes.
Yes.
To live properly, yes.
Exactly.
It is also the fact that I would say Germans in general would not accept. In general, I'm talking about general, not talking about like.
In your opinion.
In my opinion, and also in my opinion, and also the people I have met, in general, Germans will not accept you if you don't speak German.
So, like now we will talk about a little bit about full-time, because you're a full-time worker in IT.
Yes.
Yes. So, what tips to keep in mind before applying for a full-time in Germany?
When you finish your studies, you have a good CV, and you make your CV. And the most important tip is you have experience. So if you're a student from India coming here to work, you need to understand that the German job market has a need of workers, that is true, but they also need skilled workers. So they also need the workers to know German. Your chances will increase a lot if you learn German, if you have experience in that field. And you also need to know about the minimum salary that is required for anyone working here. So let's say I'm working in IT. I cannot work in a below average salary in Germany as a foreigner. I have to have a salary above average if I want to work in IT. So if I am working as a software developer, that average goes higher, a lot higher. So if you are applying to jobs like software developer, you need to know that you need to have experience in that field so that you get those jobs that give you higher salary than others. You need to find out, you need to make yourself appear better than the most of the public. And then the herd. Otherwise, it doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, like how your CV, among so many CV and motivation letter, why the HR should choose yours, not the other one.
Not others.
There should be something unique in your application process.
Unique, and also the uniqueness has to be backed up with your experience.
Exactly.
And, you need to also tell the person interviewing you. You need to show them the experience. Not just like you write in your CV that you have this experience, but you need to show them that yes, you really have this experience. You need to convince them that you have this experience. They will ask questions to you, and you need to understand those questions and answer them correctly to get those jobs. Yes, and yeah, skilled workers are needed here, but in my experience. If you are a student who finished his studies here and you want to apply for jobs, then go for it. Apply for jobs, but start with a lower salary, and then you get those experiences. Before you even apply for a job, go for internships. Do a 1-year internship. Even if your university asks for 6 months, do a 1-year internship. Internship is really appreciated in jobs. So when you do internship, you have the experience, you can show that experience, and always try to get the work certificate from the company that you're working.
Motivation letter, right?
No, work certificate.
Sorry, recommendation letter.
No, work certificate.
Okay.
There is a work certificate. So if you are working, let's say for Siemens, and Siemens gives you a certificate that you have done this and this and you did it good, and they signed it from their HR, and you have that certificate for yourself. That is what you get also when you do your internship. But if you are working full time, then you also get a work certificate that you can ask from your employee. Please give me a work certificate. This will boost your chances to get that higher salary later when you're applying for a full-time job.
I think according to what you're speaking, you have faced a lot of interviews in your life in these 8 years, job interviews. So what tip or what advice would you like to give to those people out there who are, planning to give interviews, in your opinion?
As I said, internships, and do internship before you apply and have experience.
But for the internship also you need to give for an interview, for example. So
the interview, you have to write in your CV what you know, and you need to back that. You need to have you cannot lie in your CV. So you need to say you really know that, and if you write 4 years of experience, that cannot be checked by the companies 100%. But what can be checked is your knowledge.
Exactly.
So you need to have the knowledge, and you need to tell them what knowledge you have. That's it. And also learn to tell them what are your weaknesses or what you don't have.
I think being honest is very important.
That is very appreciated.
Yes, exactly.
And it is very rare.
Yeah, because in our culture, sometimes we are not honest, thinking like, oh, maybe we hurt that other person, but here it's very straightforward. They just speak the truth.
No. The people, it's just the people who are not honest. I think our culture is pretty good now.
It depends.
In my opinion.
So what did you miss the most about your home country?
The food.
Okay. Only the food? Not
and
the people?
Parents.
Your family?
My family, yes.
Okay, so do you wish to go back, or do you wish to gain some more experience here? Or what are
I
your
don't wish to
future?
go back, I'm staying here for now. And when I wish to go back, maybe later.
Okay.
I wish to go maybe to visit my family, and sometime maybe if I can, if I could, I would bring my parents and would show them the country. And yeah, that's it.
Okay, and do you have any regrets in life? For example, like, in general, any mistakes that you did in life and which you learned from that?
Mistakes. I did many mistakes, and I don't want to share all of them. But the most important thing is, the first mistake is I didn't learn German. It comes to that, yeah.
Okay, so in the end, what advice would you like to give to the youth who want to study abroad? It could be Germany, America, anywhere.
To be adaptable, to change, because your life will change drastically. You will have to cook, you will have to wash, you will have to clean, you will have to do everything yourself. If you didn't do these things before, then you will have a hard time. If you did these things before, then it will be easy for you. And also, if you can adapt to change, that is change of weather, change of food, change of culture. If you, let's say, don't know how to cook, then at least you should be able to accept the food here and eat it.
I think in the end, being flexible is really important.
Or learn how to cook later, whatever. It is, flexible.
Yeah, so thank you so much once again. It was indeed really an honor and pleasure, and you have talked a lot about your experience and everything, so that people can learn from the mistakes that you have done, for example, or so many tips that you have given to us about the job, on how to apply, the application process and everything. You have really taken the time, and you have really did a good job. So thank you so much once again. Yes, and guys, thank you so much. That's the end of our video, and I will see you all in the next episode.